What's up, Brony Army? This is BryceAllen13 here once again, bringing to another reaction video. And this one is behind the scenes. Now we're cooking, and this is Stampy's behind the scenes video of how he made the Now We're Cooking chicken restaurant. But we're going to react to behind the scenes Now We're Cooking in 3, 2, 1, start.
Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to another behind-the-scenes video. Sorry if I sound a little bit more tired than I normally do in these videos. Basically, it's because I'm a little bit more tired than I normally am in these videos, but I had an idea, and I wanted
I was assuming he was recording it late at night.
Do another behind-the-scenes video, so I wanted to capture me designing the thing that I wanted to build. So yeah, I guess we're just going to have a little bit more of a chilled-out one today. So right then, the idea I started with wasn't much of an idea. The idea I started off with was to have a chicken restaurant. So a restaurant that sells cooked chicken, basically because I want to do a lot of restaurants. I have an entire area in my town which is going to be basically dedicated to having restaurants, and
I think this is the mechanism for Whale of a Time
of Minecraft. So I wanted to dedicate one to the cooked chicken, and I was thinking about different ideas. I had a lot of really bad ideas that I don't even want to share with you because they were such bad ideas, and I've moved away from them. So
I'm kind of interested to know what they were.
Something that I don't know if it's even still a thing anymore, but certainly in England, I don't know how much of an international thing it was, but there was a trend for a while, and I think it was basically mainly one chain, but basically a trend to have restaurants where you cook your own food, which was like such a bad idea. I'm so glad it didn't like catch on and become a thing. Like, I guess it's a weird novelty to go and like basically be barbecuing your own food, but like that's what you go to a restaurant for, is to have someone who like knows how to cook food better than you cook your food. So basically, the way they would work,
like if you're gonna cook, you might as well just stay at home.
And then they could go and like
it's like, I want someone to cook for me. That's the reason why I come out here.
The meat that you cook and sauces and stuff, and yeah, I don't think it really caught on. They kind of like came and then went, but I think that is the kind of weird novelty that might be a fun thing to do.
If any exist nowadays, it would be very few.
And then I thought maybe I could combine this with
and they're probably yet cease to exist eventually.
So this is something that I haven't really used very much before, the minecart furnace. It's used in a minigame and like in my toy town as well. So it's been used a little bit, but certainly one of the more underused items. But I had the idea of like, what if like the furnace comes to you? Like, imagine in a restaurant and you sit down and then like an oven on wheels just goes and sails its way towards you to then like allow you to cook your food. So I don't know how these minecart,
like, I don't even know what excuse me,
trying to put things in them.
I don't even know what they were trying to do like back then.
Like used to like move things around without power.
Who thought of an idea of like, hey, let's make a restaurant where you have to cook the food yourself?
So let's say the furnace arrives like this. What happens?
Maybe it's done as like a community thing. I'm not sure. I don't know what their motive was behind it.
Okay, it's not letting me click on the furnace right now. I'm pressing left trigger on it, and I can't do anything. If I crouch, I can't do anything either. That might that might ruin the whole with a furnace idea if you can't actually put any chicken inside of it.
Yeah, you can't even put any food in that. It's just meant to be kind of like a train. That might be why they got rid of the minecart with a furnace.
Oh yeah, I'm in my old survival island. There we go. Let's put it down there. So let's say it already starts in the middle of the table, and we could make this fancier and put a carpet or something over it maybe. But let's say I then go and put just okay, I see. So it looks like I just can't open the furnace at all. I think I already knew that actually now I think about it.
Dang.
This furnace here, it is a furnace, but I can't press left trigger on it at all while it's in the minecart. The only thing I can do is like put coal into it, and then it's going to start.
Yeah, it doesn't even give you the menu.
So that's a little bit more annoying compared to what I would
want to scrap that.
The other question then, is there any way to like make a furnace go into a minecart?
I think it's kind of dumb.
Like, the only thing I can think of is, like, I don't think this is going to work. But let's just try it anyway, just to rule it out. But let's say
but it'd be a pretty funny concept, just cooking food while it's on the track.
This, and a furnace in there, and then a minecart next to it. Would that fire the furnace in the minecart? It would be cool if it did. I don't think Minecraft quite works in that.
I don't think it does.
And
No.
That's exactly what I expected to happen. That would be
yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work.
Why can't you fire like things into minecarts? It would be really
I mean, it would be cool.
Shulker boxes would be something way more useful than the
Yeah.
planning. Yeah, this is more annoying. This has kind of ruined my idea a little bit.
Like easy transport.
You're sitting.
Mojang, please make that a thing. Like, transport shulker boxes into minecarts.
The furnace gets set off. There's just
shulker box minecarts.
To do with that, and then you can do like cool designs with the minecart furnaces as well. Like, say if I had like carpet along here, like the minecart furnaces, they're like slightly too tall, and they kind of like poke through the carpet.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pretty cool. Let me just go and give you a demonstration of how that looks. If I go and throw this down here, then do that, you can kind of see that you see like the shape going. And there's nothing else really quite like that in Minecraft. It's like a really bizarre effect, but I thought there might be something along those lines.
Didn't he like?
Be able to
was it like a failed attempt from a mini game?
That's not going to work. So I'm still not going to completely ditch the idea of using a furnace and minecart, but I might have to just try and twist things a little bit.
Because I think I might have seen something similar.
So let me have a little bit more
during like a behind-the-scenes video.
Any more ideas?
I don't remember which one.
Which I started, and yeah. As I said, let me go and play around for a bit, and then I'll come back in once I've come up with a new idea for us to pursue. Right then, a bit more experimenting. I played around with these things for a while, and I'm afraid to say that sadly I think that I'm not going to be able to do anything with kind of this minecart furnace idea. Like, I just love going through the carpet like that. It just looks so weird and unique. And I don't want to do something with the furnace just because...
it's almost like...
and I'm really scared that they're going to...
It kind of reminds me of that weird ping pong game on the old Atari.
Put it in the Bedrock version of the game, and that seems to be like...
Or whatever the old console was back in the 70s.
Kind of focusing on mainly at the moment.
Because like that was like one of like the oldest like video games, like where you're just like playing like ping pong.
Now, so an idea is never completely gone. Basically, I can just use this in something else in the future. So remember this.
Anybody remember that game?
At some point, it might not come up for a few years or something, but at some point I will do something like this. But what I have kept is the idea of having food that you need to cook yourself. I kind of like the idea of that. It's something a little bit different. It works really well with the cooked chicken, because cooking chicken is very, very easy to do inside of Minecraft. It's not like you need to go to a crafting table.
It's such a dumb idea in real life.
What do you think of this design?
Because if you're just going to be cooking, you might as well just cook at home.
A nice close-up arrangement. So basically, I built one of these, and I thought this individually just looked quite cool anyway. So basically, the way this would work is... Let me grab
I do like how Stampy did it in Minecraft, though.
Let me go and throw some coal in. I realised I grabbed cooked chicken, which you don't need to put into a furnace. But basically, the way this works is the hopper
I got my food already.
The cooked chicken once it's cooked. So if I put a stack of raw chicken in here, basically this would get cooked. It would get pulled into the hopper. It would then get fired into the chest. So the idea is you could go and put your food inside of the furnace, wait here for a little bit, and then go grab it out of there and go and have something to eat. And you're kind of cooking it yourself while sitting at the table. And then
easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Doing a few of these together. So originally I had like half slabs in these corners, which I looked quite good. And then I kind of did a bunch of them together and realized that if there's half slabs there, you're going to be like kind of constantly going up and down like this.
Yeah.
I kind of got rid of the half slabs. But I like the seating arrangement.
The buck babies.
One huge seat on like each side of the table, and then it all kind of goes into the middle where there's like this is like a weird part where these are all people sitting for different tables, but they're all in kind of like a circle around each other, and then it means that I have a nice middle point in the restaurant, which is always nice because I could do something kind of coming up from the top here. I'm not saying it's going to be anything like this, but it means I could do something.
I mean, it doesn't look bad.
In the middle of the room for a decoration, and this could kind of continue going on outwards. Like I could do another one of these and kind of start building it here if I wanted to, and this can kind of go on endlessly depending on how big the restaurant is. In the area I'm building it, the restaurant is going to go 17 blocks back. So let's just do a bit of an experiment. So let's say this starts here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh!
Not bad.
Okay, this is a... it's actually a bit of a worry. Like, you could say it fits in perfectly, but when it fits in perfectly, it means it's going to be, like, very, very close to the walls. This could actually end up quite nice, though. Oh, look at that. There's something satisfying about that. I did not work that out before, I promise, but this could end up being, like, the perfect size that we need for the restaurant. Like, even, like, the front door could end up being here. So...
Absolutely satisfying.
Is, like, the path that is, like, here... which means like the door would have to be like on one of these sides here, and it can be as wide as I want as well. Basically, it just needs to.
So we got our basic idea.
But yeah, this is kind of where I am at the moment. I think this is a pretty nice design.
I do really like the tables though, and like the furnace and hopper chest thing set up.
And it's gonna make a really
I
cool
really
shape.
like that. It's creative.
From the top looking down is going to look cool. I don't think you're ever going to be looking at it in that way, but that just kind of happens to make it a cool pattern. So yeah, I think we definitely are onto something here. So I think I'm going to kind of keep going down this road and play around. But I really want to go now and load up my lovely world and see exactly kind of how much area I have to work with. You know, maybe could I push it one block out further and build some more area? Basically, I'm planning to build this next to my beetroot restaurant, but of course,
the beetroot
I'm not building it somewhere else. But that was the plan at the moment. I didn't realize quite how big it was until I put the blocks down. So yeah, let me go to my lovely world.
I mean, it's pretty good size.
The possible places where I could build it, and then I'll come back to this world and start recording again, and we'll see. Yeah,
and there's beetroot right there.
Because I haven't even put a second's thought into like the materials or what the outside of the building is going to look like. Right, I found my lovely world, and there's a few different places that would make sense to
hello, beetroot.
So I tried it. Building it next to my, well, not actually building it, but working out the dimensions for it next to my Sky High restaurant, where it would be about this size, and it was only ever so slightly bigger and didn't really help with any of the problems. And then next to my fast food restaurant, it's like an extra 10 blocks wide, which would just make it way, way, way bigger, and like way bigger than I think it needs to be. So I've decided to stick with the 17 block length. So as you can see from here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and it just fits in really nicely. So basically, from a seat here to a seat there, it just completely fits in. And then I tried just kind of circling it. So like literally, I went around the edge, I went diagonally across this, and then just across there, and like that. I did that the entire way around. I then realized that one, I didn't have any room to really add windows, unless I kind of did these sort of weird windows, but they're kind of weird windows. I guess I could still end up adding some of them in, but I wanted to see windows. Also, I wanted a door. I couldn't really add a door in anyway, because it's really hard to add in a door when you're going diagonal. Like, it just doesn't fit in, so you couldn't really do that. The only way I could do it is on one of the straight sides, which would mean breaking away where the seats are, and I didn't want to do that. So
you could put windows there, though.
On this bit, did it as if
like little windows.
Square, so I didn't cut away the corner.
I think he actually did that.
And all the way out there, and it means, like, if you look at it from above, you kind of get like an arrow shape, and that's just quite an interesting shape, and it's certainly different compared to all of the other shapes that
it kind of makes sense why he made it that shape in particular. I always,
you know, they're like this, or they're, you know, like,
yeah, because I always wondered why he had the building look like that.
Yes, unless you look at it.
I mean, it looks cool.
Like this, but you wouldn't be. You're generally.
But I always wonder why it was like that.
That's kind of interesting.
Now I know.
Of course, I'm not going to be building it out of white wall. I just kind of build it out of that because it's just such a nice neutral color. Just, you know, before what it's going to look like.
When in doubt, build out of white wool.
Attached to the spruce and birch pattern on the
spruce
inside.
And birch.
I happen to be building out of it, so I need to kind of force myself to not get too used to it and try out some other materials in case something else looks better. But yeah, I feel like in the corner there could be like fences kind of going up to the ceiling, and then these could also be in like these little gaps. There's like these kind of little areas that were left behind these seats, which would be annoying because it'd be like wasted space, but it gives me an opportunity to kind of add some other decorations there. And then there's also a nice little bit of room, very small bit of room here, where we could have a chest where maybe this is where all of the raw chicken is, and maybe you grab it when you come in, when you go to your seat, or maybe it could be a case as you just go and sit down, and then the staff go and bring your chickens and throw them down, and then, you know, you put them in the furnace or wherever that works. So just
here, cook this.
Also just behind these seats, seeing as it's kind of basically the same as the other corners, I thought I could do the same kind of thing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is right now. I guess I really need to start thinking about the
and it fits in pretty well.
I just kind of need to look at my lovely world a bit more just to see what materials we have nearby. Luckily, I'm actually going to be building it next to this restaurant, so I kind of just happen to be in the sketchbook world building it next to it, so I'm not going to be doing a red building, I think. It's just because that's very, very red. I know it's also near the fast food restaurant. It's near the Stupendous restaurant and then the Fancy Pants restaurant as well. So I think it's probably going to be a wooden building because there's not really a wooden building around in that area. But I'm not entirely sure, and I'm also not sure how the roof's going to be because it's going to have a tall roof. Because I want these to be standalone things. I like their little roofs. So the actual main roof is going to have to be at least this high. So it's going to be a relatively tall roof, and then there's going to be opportunities to like maybe like on this diagonal bit to kind of slope it up like this a little bit and kind of get higher or something. So
Yeah.
there's lots of different things I can play around with that just to make the outside look even cooler. So let me go and work out a few more things of that, and then I'll bring you back in and kind of show you what my ideas are then. Okay,
Jump cut.
quite a lot more working out. I still got a lot more working out to do, but let's just kind of show you. Well, I've been playing around with a few different things. One of the things I decided is I like the idea of using these trapdoors as windows, just because it's just such a cool effect, and it's something that
I like it.
I think I've only used this
Kind of like
once, and that is
kind of like medieval windows in a way.
Poster. And that was back in the day.
Best way I could describe it.
Effect, you had to do
like windows from the medieval times.
Kind of lock it into place. Now you can just place these down like this. So I kind of like the idea of that. It's not going to be a big spruce like plank.
Spruce.
Don't worry about that. But yeah, some of the things I do like is I kind of like the shape of this roof, the way it kind of goes down.
Why does it remind me of a bucket? Kind of like the chum bucket. Like the way it's like shaped a little bit.
See that it all fits in
like the batch handle is like there's like the handle.
Too cramped in here, especially.
Why does it remind me of that?
So yep, I like this, and then I like the idea of like whatever kind of goes out the middle, like this column will go like straight out through the ceiling, and then there's quite a nice pattern of these trapdoors I did there, and then I had the idea of this kind of going up and doing some sort of pattern. I guess kind of not too dissimilar to this, and I don't know if this was inspiration because this was right next to me. I just noticed it was here, but yeah, basically the column could kind of go up through the middle, obviously not with a big gap like this, and have some sort of design. And then I had the idea of kind of maybe we could link it up to here, because this area here, like if these blocks weren't here, this bit looks a little bit flat and weird. So you see I kind of added a half slab here and
a block baby.
I just think that bit looks a bit strange, but I like the idea of somehow linking this up and having a column going from like the inside there and like linking up with there could be cool. I don't think this is the design. This isn't the final design. This just looks a little bit rubbish. But I think kind of linking them up in some way might be
it just looks like,
or maybe just having something there, like a smaller version of
like that batch bit. Just makes me think of like a handle.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go
like a bucket handle.
Play around a little bit more.
This is like the chum bucket.
I'm really happy with the actual shape of the building and kind of the roof and stuff. And
I don't know why it reminds me of that.
Material. So for a while I was thinking it should be oak planks to match the trapdoors, but then I thought, you know what, the trapdoors kind of look good with whatever. So I just need to work out kind of like materials. Like
now we have like different types of trapdoors.
Thinking about the idea of doing like columns of wood for the side bit,
which I do like. I do now like we have more varieties of trapdoors and pressure plates and signs and all that.
Let me work out this top bit first, and then I can kind of go and focus a little bit more about exactly which materials I'm going to use to be able to build it. Okay,
jump cut.
A bit of progress for the outside materials, at least.
Here's our final design.
So I knew that I needed this section here. I wanted to be able to use half slabs and stairs and stuff. So I knew
block babies.
Like either wood or like stone or basically anything that I can make stairs and half slabs out of. And there isn't a huge
at the time.
That with brick always looks a little bit weird. Like I don't know, brick just doesn't really go with much else. The only thing I really think brick goes with is like these. I
don't think I've ever seen anybody use brick stairs
together. But I've already made a building with these kind of together, so I didn't really want to do the same thing again. So I suddenly thought I never really built out of nether brick. I think I've only built like one building out of nether brick. Maybe. So it's something that I hardly ever use.
I'm assuming he was talking about the beat the heat fire station with the
to use this, and then I
with the other brick and the stone slab.
I was like, that actually looks pretty nice like that.
And that reminds me of one of the theater arches.
Nether brick is so dark.
When he renovated the theater.
Kind of stone or wood or something. And then I suddenly remembered that for Christmas I got a whole load of end stone from Santa. Very
thank you, Santa.
Which means I can now.
Because at the time he didn't have an end.
And I put these together, and I think this looks great.
Until he moved to bedrock and he actually defeated the Ender Dragon.
Endstone brick, what is that what it's called? Yeah,
Endstone bricks.
They look really nice together, so I kind of just did like a little tiny mock-up thing here. I also threw in the trapdoors just to make sure that looks good as well, and I think it does. So
I like it.
Built this thing. So
I do like how he designed this building and the blocks that he chose for it.
I've done one line
it's unique.
Of the nether brick around here, and then it's endstone bricks up to the top, and then it kind of.
It's a unique shape.
Like, would be really nice if I could do like upside down stairs up here like that, but of course you'd end up with a bunch of little holes. So
yeah.
You can make like quarter blocks. That is not going to be an option. So instead, I kind of just did it like this, and then yep, I think that looks all right. It does the same on the other side here. And then this bit is basically the same as what I did for my mock-up there. I got rid of these. I kept the trapdoors here, and then I went one block higher, and then these loop around. I decided to not have this one looping down to the front. I just realized there was no real good way to make it look nice, and I think it looks better with just having them three like that there. And then I just did a little thing here. This might change, but basically, a row of like half slabs. The good thing about half slabs is you can leave obviously just a half slab block between them, and I think that makes a cool effect. And then I kind of did like a little, almost like an umbrella mushroomy thing on the top there. So
It's interesting.
The outside. I haven't really worked out what the inside is going to be. I think I'd like to use different materials other than kind of what I've used, throughout the whole outside. So I think I probably will do like wooden tables and stuff. Even adding stone bricks in as well. Stone bricks kind of
I think it's
nice with the rest of these materials.
I think
maybe I could do like
I think it's pretty similar to how he did it in Lovely World.
I don't know. So that's obviously
with the mock-up.
The next thing that I need to work out. So
or the prototype.
What materials would work well for the inside, and then
pretty similar.
Because the important thing is obviously for these sections with the umbrellas, this needs to be wood because I want to have the fences holding it up. I don't think that would look very good with the full block. So there's definitely going to be wood here. So it's whether I'm going to use different types of wood. And also, yeah, these bits here with the stairs. Okay, so it looks like there will be a lot of wood. So maybe I will do that with stone brick on the floor. But yeah, I'll throw some stuff down, see what looks good together, and then see whether that works well with the outside walls that I've just done. Okay, I think I'm pretty much done for designing it now. The outside hasn't really changed. It's changed at all. I filled in this entire area with half slabs just because I think it looked
like babies
just being left open like that. So
I'm about to say, I think he might have changed that a little bit.
Doing the half slabs up here as well, and then I thought it was a bit too much.
Yeah.
Well, maybe just this middle one. What will this look like? Let's just do a little... No, okay. I think just...
I mean, it's okay.
Just to make that one a bit different. But yeah.
I guess that could potentially work.
Inside, so it pretty much ended up what I kind of just said, where I think
we got our final design.
And then I went for oak for the chairs, not the chairs, sorry, the tables. And I just realized this was a bit weird. But basically, the way I'm doing it is like a circle of stairs. So rather than just doing it blocks, it looks a little bit more like an actual proper table. And I think this just makes it look a little bit better. And it's just a little bit more interesting. Kind of, you got to put your legs under the table. And then I also noticed, I didn't mean to do this, but this one is taller than the mock-up, which means we have a 2-block gap above here. And I think I'm going to keep it like that. I think I just like it with a little bit more room. It kind of makes it more obvious that these are a bunch of like little rooms over like the little cooking bays. And then apart from that, I think it's pretty much the same as it was. So it's dark oak for the seats and then just normal oak for the tables. I tried birch. Birch was a bit bright, and so I built out of...
And it kind of blends in with the end stone.
Try a different combination of different types of wood. I got all of the chicken here. So the idea is you'd come in, you'd grab yourself your chicken, you'd go and sit on your seat. You'd throw it and add it to your pile of chickens in the furnace, and then once it pops out, you can go and eat it on your plate. So that's the way the restaurant would work.
Our stone plate.
Yeah, but to be honest, at this point, that's basically becoming a tradition. Like, I keep being really rubbish and coming up with names. Well, not rubbish, just like really like slow. Like, I used to like design something and then like either have the name before I start designing it or come up with it while I'm designing it, but I keep leaving it as last minute as possible. And I think I'm going to do the same for this one. So I'll probably build the outside before I even come up with a name. I started coming up with a few suggestions, like doesn't even make sense. You cooking? Get cooking.
You cooking.
Cook and get cooking. But
get cooking.
Right. So yeah, let's not worry about the name for now. But I think apart from that, it's completely done. So there's a good chance that maybe these bits on the top might change a little bit when I end up building them in my lovely world. Like, I'm sure I'm not going to build them to the exact same height or anything. And there may be 1 or 2 more changes, but I think apart from that, I'm pretty much happy with the design and happy to call it a day. And get things set up in my lovely world so I can go and build it properly there. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this behind the scenes video. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
I did.
Coming up in the future, probably the next one will be me kind of planning a new minigame for my Funland. So if you enjoy them,
I think it's going to be the knockout game. I think it was.
Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye.
Goodbye, Stampy. Yeah, I think knockout was what he built after he did Now We're Cooking, if I remember correctly. So I think we might be seeing that next. Oh, we'll find out. So yeah, Now We're Cooking. A pretty good restaurant Stampy built. Probably one of my favorite modern buildings because of design and color palette and how he arranged everything. But it's such a bad idea, like that in real life. Because, okay, like, hear me out, like, because it was a real life thing, like, going to a chicken restaurant where you have to cook the chicken yourself. Such a bad idea, like, because, like, think about it, because the point of going to a restaurant is where you don't have to do any cooking, because you just don't want to cook, and you just want someone to cook for you, and you get to eat that. You get to eat it quickly. Well, depending on what restaurant you go to, like a fast food restaurant, or like Applebee's, for example, like where you have to like sit down and wait for the food. You just have someone else cook for you. But for restaurants like this, where you cook the food yourself, you might as well just cook at home, because why would you want to go to a place where you cook the food yourself? Why would you go to a restaurant where you cook the food yourself? The point of going to a restaurant is where you don't have to cook. Like, you just have the other people cooking for you. So this just kind of defeats the purpose of it being a restaurant. It was just such a bad idea. Like, what? I don't know what they were thinking back then. It's just kind of a dumb idea. Like, I don't know if if it's like a community thing or something where people could get together and cook. I don't know what the motive was behind it. Like, if you guys know, let me know in the comments. But other than that, I'll probably have to do some research on that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, as I had fun reacting to this episode. In the next episode is going to be another behind-the-scenes video, but I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, so stay tuned. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the video. Thank you much for... sorry, choked. Choked. Alright. Take two. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the video. Thank you much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. And as always, stay awesome in this, Server Pony.